Hello and welcome to the Sweaty the Farmer and the Game Design. Here we know the secret to faster than light travel. A little bit of basil into your engine and you're golden, my friend. Done. This is episode number 85. Progressive rock theater. I'm the lone name gamer as the Sweaty.
I am Lucho the farmer. Thanks for joining us on this episode. This week we slam down and leave an impact in the world.
My God. Big crater.
Big boom.
Big bada boom. Alright. But before we finish our Honkai review, a disclaimer. The discussion here is based on our opinions and our own in-game experiences. Everything we say here and everything that we do, an opinion and say, this should be like this or like that, is just our own opinions and or things that we see and perceive, and things that work in our mind and doesn't work. Maybe it won't work for you. So if you don't like what we say, please put it in the comments if you're watching us on YouTube. Otherwise, say to us in any way, shape or form, in any of the social media links that we put in the description or that you hear every time we say them here on the episode. So there you go. That's our disclaimer. Don't forget. We're humans. Basically. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. Leave us a like or a comment. Everything helps. Share the content in all your social media platforms and do everything that you can to support the show and the content. This is the best way that you can give us like a boost and showing us like, yeah, we like what you're doing. Right?
Please. Really, please.
Alright, so our deep dive, we're finishing our 3-part review of Honkai Impact the Third with our classic, now patented last episode where we fixed the game. What? It's not patented?
That's not the right word.
It's not the word. So what is it?
I don't know.
What is the word? It's not It's patented? Patent? Something with a patent. So. Isn't it?
Patent, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It is the right word.
But you said patented.
Patented. That's not the word. It's patent. Patented?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We're not patent. Last episode where we fixed the game. So, with the English correct pronunciation put aside, let's start. So, first thing that we should fix of Honkai Impact the Third. How do we monetize this game better? We always, and I'm gonna do this preface because we probably gonna end up there. We're very fond of the monetization system of Warframe, and we always try to strive to that cosmetic only kind of monetization system. Is this the case for Honkai? And we have to put it in the context of this is a gacha game, it's a mobile, and everything else that comes with that package. So what do you think, Lucho?
Again, what was your point?
My point is,
you mentioned Warframe. I don't know where you're going to.
We always want the kind of Warframe monetization system, which is a lot of cosmetic heavy and non-disturbed quality of life offerings for the monetization of the game.
Yes.
Not abrasive quality. Is this the same with this, even if it's like gacha game? Because how do you?
I mean, that's what you should. That's where I believe that you should strive for.
Yes.
So it's more about moving the monetization away from the power grind into just the purely cosmetic and quality of life, like low impact quality of life stuff.
Yes.
And the big success of the Warframe monetization, for example, is that the cosmetic side is very appealing. It's very, one is very flexible.
Yeah.
And it has many ways of being monetized that they do actually. Like they have these prime skins that they sell. They have these skins that the community make that they also sell. They have the shade, the colors. They have all these many things that they basically sell for money.
Correct. Yes.
That are very appealing, and people find themselves very enticed to spend money in. Or decorations for our housing system in Warframe. So stuff like that, it's fine.
Yeah. What piece of this Honkai can get away? I think they can expand the cosmetic side of the monetization. They have already a system of dresses for the Valkyries.
They do, but it's, it feels like it's very expensive. Like if you buy it with the premium currency,
yeah,
and given the exchange rate, it's very expensive. So you buy like a new shiny cosmetic dress or something or skin for like $50 or $60, which is a very high asking price.
Yeah, I agree.
While, for example, Warframe offers way more variety.
Yeah.
And you can buy them usually for $5 or $10 or something like that.
Yeah, but it feels, it feels... Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It feels in this game that they probably will need to make this shift. They probably need to revamp a lot of the cosmetic offerings they have in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like expand the dress system to make it more affordable and have more variety in each of the Valkyries. Probably give kind of a more impactful cosmetic system to make it more attractive to customers. And what I mean by that is like not only changes the dress of the thing, or you can change the color of certain ability, or you can change the visual of certain other ability.
Those things would be very appealing. They're probably not that easy to implement.
Correct.
But I feel like the way to make it successful is to ease players into it. Like if you're asking me to spend $40 on a skin for a character, I'm gonna say no.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
If you're asking me to do $5, okay. That's something that people will consider. Because
absolutely. It's like, the price of a coffee. No sense. Yeah, it's like the price of a coffee, and I can have like
a Starbucks coffee is more expensive than that.
Yeah, there you go. So I can have like this super cool cosmetic in my favorite character. Why not spend $5? And then there you go, you got him.
and then they release another one that is also very cool, and you say, okay, that's another $5. And
yeah. And then
you know what I'm saying? And usually reskins are not that. I mean, they require development time, but it's not like you're making big changes to.
Yes.
To the game, it's just little skirt and like little umbrella thingy. Yeah, looks fine. Looks cute.
Yeah,
people will buy it. But it's like that price barrier. It's very aggressive. It's trying to get the $50 out of you at once, which is where it fails for me. I'm not saying people won't do it, because people will spend the money.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, like the people who are already spending the money, if you give more skins but at a lower price point, they will still buy them.
Yes.
And they will buy more because they're already spending the money.
Yes.
But you can take like a portion of the people who are not spending money on those cosmetics, like a good portion who will actually spend, because the asking price, like between $30 and $5.
Yeah,
it's a huge consideration. Like it just, it's I'm not gonna pay the price, like half the price of a full AAA game, but I can pay a coffee price.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's the kind of thing that it will feel less aggressive.
Yeah.
But it will probably result in more paying customers on the long run.
Yes. Absolutely, I agree with you. That would be like they will pet, but pointedly for Honkai Impact the Third, they will probably need to expand that system. The system exists in the game. You have skins for the Valkyries, and you have cosmetic for your little chibi house that they sell too.
They also sell those. Sadly, those also feel super expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like, for example, that one should benefit from having different tiers. You know, like, okay, this is the cheapest paid thing that you can get. Yeah, but getting all the thing will be like $5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they say, okay, I can get that.
Yeah.
And then that people like just start easing people into spending more money.
But that will mean that for the most part you will have to do a lot of cosmetic unaccessible without in-game, because right now Honkai Impact has that you technically can buy a lot of cosmetic without paying money in the house and get some skins through the events without paying money.
You don't have to get rid of those. You can still have those.
Yeah.
You cannot get that many skins, like character skins in game.
No, example. You get like one per event, something like that.
Maybe, and not all the
events have a skin. Yeah, correct. Not all the events.
So those are very limited. The ones that you can get for free are very, very limited.
Correct. Yeah.
So there they have a lot of room, and even for the dorm, for the little house
for the little chibi house, yeah.
Even though you can get a lot of them for free, the amount of grinding that you have to doesn't justify the benefit.
Yes. Fair enough. Yeah.
Because that system is definitely aimed for people to spend money.
Yeah.
It's just that the way that they're getting it is that the grind is so hard, and the benefit in-game is so low that the only real reason to get cosmetics for the dorm is to just get the paid ones, and that's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which again is a very aggressive monetization model.
Yeah.
So that's I still believe that they have enough room as it is now.
Yeah, fair enough. I can see it. Yeah. But yeah, they will have to expand that system. It already exists, so they can like fully have advantage of that through the
Absolutely.
system. Yeah. But that's one way. So how do we fix the spending on the gacha? Do we absolutely remove the spending money on the gacha?
I would. I will definitely, if I could do it.
Yeah.
I would definitely separate the gacha from the premium currency.
Just disconnect those two and use the Girls Frontline system that you were talking about.
Yeah, use something like a Shoreline or Girls Frontline model to run the gacha. Like in-game, like resources that regenerate passively in-game. You can still have like very low drop rates. There's one thing to is said that why I see why they don't do it in Honkai, for example. Yeah. The pool of characters is way smaller in Honkai than what it's in Girls Frontline and Azure Lane and Fate Grand Order, where like we have hundreds of characters to get.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. so it's because the pool is small. That's why.
So it's not why, but I can see why we're a smaller pool of characters.
Yeah.
They have no incentive to move into that type of model.
Yes.
And the smaller the pool of characters is, the more incentives you get to tie the gacha directly to premium currency.
Fair enough. All right.
Like all I'm saying is I see the types of incentives that they have,
Yeah.
and why at the current state of the game they wouldn't move away from it.
Yeah.
But I think it will still benefit. Like it just feels really what right now.
Yeah, fair enough. So, what to do in the case of Honkai Impact if that's a problem? Do we still keep them under the premium currency for the pools? What do you think?
I still don't think so.
You still don't think so? But you tell me that you suspect the problem that the pool is too small.
I mean, that's probably why they won't do it.
Yeah. Like we'll break the game and we remove and just give it all of the pools? Probably yes. You will get like the characters.
It will probably break it, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very hard question for a gacha game.
Yeah, especially for the problem of like very limited amount of characters. If I can see the other solution working if you have a lot more Valkyries. So yeah, I don't think there's much that we can do. Like the top that we can do is like I don't know, reduce the price a little bit.
The other thing that I would do is move. What about a Warframe like vaulting rotation?
In Honkai, all right. How did this work?
Yeah, no. Like okay. There are clearly two pools of characters.
Yes.
There are the ones that you can farm for, and
correct.
there are the ones that are on gacha exclusive.
Correct. Yes.
What if you always keep, like whenever a gacha exclusive character has spent too much time in the gacha rotation, like after 6 months,
yeah,
you move it away from that into a farmable one, because they always keep releasing new characters.
All right, yeah. Leave the system as it is, but make a better rotation of
make it faster, so they leave the gacha only and they get included into a farmable ones.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds
like a
for
good
example,
idea.
you can the new character comes out,
yeah,
and you roll like you're not gonna spend money, you're saving your crystals, but you still don't get it. It will happen. You only have 20 rolls. You don't get it on your 20 rolls. Feels bad, man. But you still know that okay, in 6 months, I will be able to farm for that character.
I like it.
and you know, in that sense, the premium currency feels more like okay, I want to have it now.
Yeah.
And it's paying like you're paying for that instant gratification.
Yeah. Instead of paying.
But you know, but it will feel less bad if you know, okay, if I'm patient, I'll get him.
Yeah. I like it. I like that idea a lot. They have, because so far what I've seen, the only one that I've seen that they quote unquote come into the farmer rotation is the Hershey of the Void.
Yeah, but she's not completely free to play.
And she's not farmable. She's behind the battle pass. Right?
She's behind the paywall of the battle pass.
Yeah, she's behind the paywall of the battle pass. Yeah. That's the only one that I've seen closer to what we were talking about inside the game.
Yeah.
Right?
So something like that, like in a more transparent and like a steady rotation.
Yeah.
Will make it feel less aggressive.
I like that idea a lot. The vaulting system of like rotating, and because how many Valkyries they release per year? They release like
they release like 2 or 3 per year.
Yeah, 2 or 3, give it or take, right? So that's more than enough. And I think this year they released Haxor Bunny.
Yeah.
And now they are releasing the new Kiana, and they're gonna. They
also released a new seller. The new
seller. There you go. So there's 3, and they're gonna bring 2 more from the crossover with Genshin Impact.
So they release enough characters throughout a year to make like a rotation like system viable.
Absolutely. Of course, they will have to retool that, because what they do is like they release some for farm and then some for gacha only. And what we're talking about is like a state when you have characters for a time gacha only, and then they move to farmable.
It will require some retooling for sure.
Yeah.
It's not an easy fix, but it will definitely like it will alleviate the feel bad moment of I save my crystals, I roll like 40 times and I didn't get it, or I only got 1 copy and you want multiple copies.
I feel like there is a thing that in that discussion that probably the investors will fight it, because there is a thing that happens in gacha game when you release new characters and you have like a surge because of the fear of missing out effect, right? And investors like that a lot, right? But my solution to that, to kind of play devil's advocate, will be to have the event only gacha Valkyries, like Asuka and the ones that Genshin Impact. Just leave it there. Like I will never put like a special event Valkyrie that inside that pool. I will leave it existing into the event.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
No. Like that. That's what events are for. Like you have event exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
That keep people in the game.
Yeah, and I will leave those Valkyries like gacha only inside the event, so you spend your crystals there and your money. And
absolutely.
See that surge. And that will be the only compromise for that system.
Yeah, that's. I agree with that.
Yeah, that sounds
that's a fair middle ground.
Yeah, that sounds fair and nice. And because right now I feel like a little bit of Honkai Impact feel a little bit too much pay to win, especially seeing the power of the gacha only Valkyries, which are like ridiculous. Of course we have free to play options, but the optics of it all looks like you just have to pay to get these super powerful characters and then you'll be done, right? And that kind of rotation will reduce that optic and it will bring a lot more players. That's what I believe.
I agree with that.
Yeah, like if you fall in love, of course, like the whole thing that we have to put one thing clear, and the whole thing of those of all these monetization thing is to get as much money as possible from your player base without them kind of noticing that you're getting as much more money possible from your player base. What we are proposing here is having first a healthier player base and then getting money off it. Why we propose this kind of monetization system? Because for us it's better to have a healthy game for a long run, and I will guarantee you that healthy game for a long run will give you a lot more money than just having a punish player base and getting as much money from it, and then after that you'll diminish that player base.
Absolutely.
That is the philosophy that we approach these kind of problems with, I feel like.
Yep.
But you feel like Honkai, you have the same feeling that Honkai Impact is a lot of pay to win, quote unquote. Like it gives you that sensation even if the system is not exactly that.
I don't think it's pay to win.
Yeah.
But definitely it's one of the games that pushes harder into that direction.
Yeah.
Even though at the end of the day, I don't think it's fully pay to win.
Yeah, fair enough. There you go. So I think our conclusion to this problem is expand the cosmetic system, make it more approachable and spendable in that, as many cosmetics as you want, as we said. Make a rotation into the gacha Valkyries that they will be possible farmable. Keep the event gacha Valkyries exclusive for the events and gacha only, and that will make a more healthy one. What do you think about any opinions about the monetization of the other drops? the weapons and stigmatas, or do we leave that as that inside the gacha pool?
I mean, if they could follow a similar rotation-like pattern to what we're proposing for
the Valkyries.
For Valkyries.
All right. Yeah, that's
because it's basically the same. Like right now, it's basically the same system.
Yeah.
You have these two loot pools of like fire mode only and gacha only weapons. And again, like a similar rotation-like system
will work in their favor too.
Would work.
Yeah, I prefer that. Like, especially because you don't want to. The thing is, like, there is a trick about this kind of monetization system that we were talking about. Is like, the trick is taking a player, and it works, and it works absolutely all the time. You have to be clear that there is some players that come into the game absolutely knowing that they're going to spend money on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a bunch of players who get into games and like, I have the money, I like this game, I'm going to spend a bunch of money on it, and then you make a lot of money of it. But that's not the player that you're aiming at to get more of the game. You want to get the money of the players who come into the game saying, I'm not going to spend anything on it.
not even that. Like, because if, like, you just, there's a spectrum in between those two.
Yeah.
And what you want to get are the players that are hesitant. Like,
yeah.
Like, you're probably not going to get the one that is coming saying, like, strongly coming saying, yeah, I'm going to stay free to play. You're not gonna get that one, no matter what.
You can do it. That was my point. I was going.
I don't think you can get those. But there is like, but I believe that the vast majority doesn't fall in either of those extremes.
Correct. Yeah.
Like,
I'm just talking about
the vast majority lives in the middle space where it's like, yeah, this feels too expensive, so I want to spend money.
Correct. So,
but those are the ones that you can sway by, like, oh yeah, this is $5.
Yeah.
I can spend $5 this week. Most people are in that camp.
Yeah. But
it feels like it's a more casual spend.
Yes. So and you want all those players to feel like the monetization system is approachable and that it is fair, right? Because as we were talking about the rotation of Valkyries, it's like, all right, I fall in love with these Valkyries. I have some crystals here. I tried for it, I didn't get it, but I know that if I stick with the game, I will get it by farming, right? So that player in that position, the next time that another Valkyrie that he really wants comes in, he might spend money if he has the cash. It's like, I want it right now, I really like it, I know that it's gonna be farmable, and I know that it sounds silly when I'm saying it, but that's how the human brain works. But I want it now, it's so cool, and it's my favorite Valkyrie, blah blah blah, and then they spend money on it just to get it straight away because they know that the game appreciates their time and is going to be there for it in those cases, and that's how you sway those doubtful consumers into the spending market. But if you are as aggressive as Honkai is, it's difficult-ish.
It's less likely to sway people.
Yeah.
To spend.
Yeah. And it's weird because even so weird with giving this criticism to the game, in terms of money, the game is successful in terms of gacha.
It's
prerogatives and standards. But what we could say is like it could be more successful.
It could be a better game.
Yeah, it could be a better game by doing these kind of changes. All right. So I think that's all that we can fix from the monetization side. Any other ideas?
No, I'll be happy with those.
Yeah, we will be both happy with that. All right, the stamina system and the time gating. Just get rid of it. Nobody likes time gating. We understand why you time gate, but it no longer makes sense in 2021. Why do you have a stamina system? I know that you've been getting rid of it by the sides of like as we talk in other episodes about giving you more size to play stuff. But of course, getting rid of the stamina system will need a retooling of the entire farming system, right? Because all the farming system is based on the stamina system.
It probably would, but yeah, no, just...
What will you change it for, Lucho, is my question. So people can like farm ad infinitum till their eyes bleed and the moon explodes.
I mean, if your worry is that people will farm...
No, the worry is keeping pace in the game, right?
You can really use... you can tamper the drop rate.
So what you're telling me is like, for example, I have this mission when I have a chance to get a piece of the Valkyrie Land farm, right?
Yes.
Getting into the mission requires stamina, right? What you're saying to me with this new system is that you remove the stamina of the mission, but every time you do it, you up the drop chance of the piece of Valkyrie.
Reduce the drop chance.
You reduce the drop chance of the piece of...
So you cannot farm that mission. So the first time that you run the mission, yeah, you have 100% chance.
Yeah.
Or not even that, but like you have a really high chance.
Yeah.
And after the first time you get it, the next time is gonna be lower. The next time is gonna be lower. Until it reaches a point where it doesn't make sense to keep wasting your time.
Yeah, but you still can do it.
You still could do it, but like like at like 0.5% chance. It's worth doing that.
Yeah. And you will reset this daily.
How easy it is.
You will reset it. You will reset it daily. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So like a daily reset, like.
Yeah.
And that way it will basically. It will basically mean that you basically want to run those missions a couple of times per day.
Yeah.
So that it's basically the same that you're doing now.
Yes.
And you won't get much benefit from that point on. And it's basically not advised to, like, because...
Yeah, and that will give you the chance. That will give you the chance to advance a little bit of a better pace through the game.
It effectively would work in the same manner that you're just running each mission a couple of times per day.
Yeah, correct.
But it doesn't feel like it's like it is an artificial gating.
Yes,
but it's not like you have this ugly number that it reaches 0.
Yes,
it's just, you cannot do it anymore. It's kind of the game on itself saying, yeah, it's not worth it. Just go do something else.
Yeah. Which is what
is it artificial? Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just that zero energy that just you cannot play the game anymore. You can still play it. You won't get anything.
Yeah, you can still play the game, but you will get. Yeah, it's big. They are already kind of dancing around that stamina bar. What have it? Yeah, I think that's our point.
No, and the stamina is a form of gating how fast can you farm stuff.
Correct.
Because they're still pushing players into spending money.
Yes.
So sure, like if you still want to get that, like want to keep that basically hindering the farming capabilities of the game, of the players.
Yeah.
Just do it in a way that is... we're gonna let you play the game, but at some point you'll stop getting any benefit from it.
Yeah, I think I like yours. I think I like your... It's funny because I like your solution, even if it keeps the spirit of like, yeah, this is a gacha game you should spend.
Yeah, because again, it's not exactly about... Like I know why it's there. I know the incentives. Like it's not about ignoring the realities of what a gacha game is.
Yeah.
It's about somehow making it look
better,
more
fair,
palatable in a sense.
Yeah, there you go.
That's even fair because is still gonna be as unfair as ever.
Yes,
but it will look less bad because you still can play the game.
Yeah. Of course, you have to be super clear with this system. It will show you the drop chance rate every time you run the mission.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It'll give you like some funny stat like depleted or like low chance or hell or something like that. Anything, however you want to put it. The only thing that you have to do with this system is remove the system bar and then put that chance system in all the farmable activities. And yeah, it will feel so much better for any player, right? Like people will play a lot more of this game and by a result will get a lot more attached to the game and spend a lot more money on
it. I believe so.
Yeah.
It will end up serving the same purpose as before, but
yeah,
and it will feel better.
Yeah, and it will fix other problems that we will discuss farther down the road, like the point that the new player thing. You can like, because if you can farm so many things with the time that you have, like the things like the thing that you have to have in mind about this system is the constraint of it is the drop chance and the time that you have for playing the game, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need a stamina system because there is not infinite time to farm it, and there is not good enough drop chance to farm it infinitely. Be super efficient about it, right? But those constraints, a player doesn't see it, right? It doesn't feel bad. It's like, oh yeah, I know that my drop chance, and it makes sense because I'm like kind of burning through this mission, and then I get this 0.5 drop chance. I can still run if I really want it, and people will run it. I assure you.
I mean, so some people will, but again, you don't. I still believe that you don't balance these things out for the no-life people who undoubtedly play the game 24 hours.
Yeah, my point here is like, you will get the same results that you're getting with a very aggressive stamina bar, with a system that doesn't feel even half that at risk. Like, there is no infinite time in the universe. Players don't have infinite time. And the drop rate and the drop chance adjustment will feel fair. Will fit fairer than a stamina bar. Very elegant solution. Is it exist in another game?
Not that I'm aware.
Yeah. The only thing about this is that you have to be super clear about the players, because if not, you will get into bad feeling territory.
Yeah. It's all been transparent, but I believe that. Correct. That could be attained.
Yeah. You just put it in front of them. Like, this is the drop chance, and it will get depleted, it will get burned, and then you show him a bar inside the mission. Any way that you want to show him. It's like, the bar is depleted. You can still run it, but the drop chance is very low. Yeah, that's a good solution. I like it. I really, really like it, Lucho. Very well done.
I'm happy you like it.
I really, really like it. It will give me so many much opportunities to actually play more of the game and do what I want in it. It's very interesting.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
That it will kill, and it will be one of those changes that it's aimed to keep the average player happier.
Yeah.
And it will end up having the same technical effect on
it will
on how a game functions for 90% of the players.
Yeah, correct.
This is still a gacha game. This is still mainly like a game that a lot of people play just on their cell phones.
Yeah, correct.
It's not like you can sit down on your cell phone 24 hours.
And do this and blah blah blah. Yeah, and then in that sense, because the game has kind of an automatic farming system, you probably have to tweak that one a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you have to twitch all the numbers around this.
Yeah, I think probably the automatic farming system, I will leave it with currency, with the stamina or something like that. Yeah, that system I will.
Yeah, but in that case, it is. In that case, it makes sense to keep that because it is the game farming itself.
Yeah, correct. In that way, I will leave that. Yeah. I don't like stamina bars. Didn't like it in Genshin Impact. Didn't like it in Honkai Impact. The only reason why
it's less aggressive in Honkai, and there are a lot of workarounds, but still there.
Yeah, absolutely. Still don't like it. Yeah, what a good solution. I like it. 5 points for Lucho.
Happy you like it.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, the thing that I like about that solution, of course, we had solutions like that in some games, whether the drop chance of farming something gets reduced over time or something like that. I've seen that solution in some games, not necessarily gacha games. Or some games with repeatable activities. The biggest problem that I've seen about that is that the people is not clear enough about that happening, right? And in these games, you have to be clear about it.
That's one of those things where you should be straightforward of.
Yeah.
How is it being handled?
Absolutely. Yeah, it has been.
And will some people complain that is not fair? Sure, but most people acknowledge that playing the same mission 3 times and basically getting 99% of the benefit, it's more than enough.
Yeah, absolutely. absolutely. Yeah, cool. So that fixes that.
That could. It's an option.
Yeah. All right. Our next problem: gacha feeling rewarding and fair. The drop rates.
I think the rotating solution would alleviate this as well.
Correct. Yeah.
Because the whole feels bad for the drop rates in the gacha come from the fact that there are units and gear and stuff that it's gacha only.
Yeah. Even if Honkai tried to fix this by putting the 100 drop guarantee thingy.
Yeah, I still feel like those guarantee drops are more of a trap than an actual...
Oh, why do you say this?
Because it's as I mentioned before, because usually a game, you can accumulate enough free currency or free premium currency.
Yeah.
So that you can reach, I have 70 out of 100. So it's an easier sell to say, buy the crystal so that you can finish the 30 or 20 that you're missing.
Yeah.
And it feels more like that to me, like an actual bad luck protection or something like that.
Fair enough.
That's how it feels to me. I may be wrong. Maybe it is there for the good of their heart, from the goodness of their hearts. And
it's a gacha game. I don't think so.
But it's a gacha game. I don't think so. Yeah. It's always about balancing. We're gonna give you 70 triples, but then you have to idle last 30, which is still 20 walks that you have to spend in the game.
Yeah. So the rotation will help this feeling a lot.
It'll definitely help because it's still you still have you have this future chance of I will get it eventually.
Yeah.
And if you get lucky and you get a couple of drops, it will just alleviate the grind at the end.
Correct. The other solution that I was thinking about this, I think they kind of have it in Gacha Impact, is that you generate some kind of resource passively when you're doing the pools, and then with that passive generated resource you can buy what you need from the pool. I think that's the land of wishes. I haven't engaged a lot with that system.
That's another way of basically mitigating the bad luck kind of feel of all the gacha systems. That works. That's still that's still quite aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it could work. It's kind of fun and step like in between.
Yeah, when you like pull and then you generate this passive resource, and then after you have X amount of that resource, you can go straight away and buy the thing that you want, changing for this resource.
For sure.
So, but I've seen a lot of trappies in this in Honkai Impact because this resource is not universal, but it's tied to whatever banner, which feels bad. For me, that is the solution. That resource should be universal. Because the effect that you're gonna have is like you pull and you're unlucky and you're unlucky, and then another banner comes in and like, oh yeah, I want that thing, and this time I have all the resources, just buy it. So you just buy it, right? Straight away from the thing, and then you feel happy because you got to buy everything, and all your other pulls doesn't feel wasted, quote unquote.
It doesn't feel that bad.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that solution for Honkai is weird. It's like they have two solutions for the same problem, but none of them are very consistent.
They're like small band-aids that really don't like they don't address the core problem of the feel bad.
Yeah, because you have that resource that you generate passively when you pull, but the difference is that it's tied to where you pull. So which banner are you pulling from? And yeah, it's too narrow. So you can you will never get enough
of a window.
Yeah, it's just you never get enough, and then you spend a lot on stuff.
Not by staying free to play.
Yeah, correct. It feels more
it feels more like a trapping to push players into spending money just so you can get that last bit, even if I don't.
Yeah, it feels more for the paying player.
It's definitely.
Yeah, it's like, you paid all this money and we don't want you that are paying us to feel bad about it, so we're gonna give you this.
It's definitely like something for the paying customer more than for the free to play.
So yeah, for this, I think for this problem is one, the rotation will help it, and second, you can like have, and this is our opinion, you can have like a more universal pulling generated resource, then you can then buy whatever you need next time, and they're always like middle drop chance. It's not like it's not like you do 10 pulls in one banner and then you have the resource to buy whatever you want. No. How generally works is like you do 80 pulls and then you generate this, and then the next banner comes in and then you do more pulls on that, and then you have for the next banner the resource to buy whatever you want from that banner. That will be the metric when you put that kind of helping hand. But it has to be universal. Don't be stingy about it. Don't make it a trap.
That will be way better for sure.
Yeah, I think those are two solutions: the rotation thing and a passive generator stuff to keep your player base happy. All right. The grind for new players and boost of new players. So you think it's too grindy?
I think again, this is something that we
we think that it's too grindy, but we think that it needs to put new players in a better position.
Yeah, this is something that we mentioned last time, and the new player boost and experience and things are good in this game.
Yeah.
But they leave the new player just on the verge of a good position.
Correct. Yeah.
And we believe that it should just take you there. Like
just leave you in a good position. Yeah, just leave you as in a good
right now it's like it's just almost there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it loses the momentum of the game. That's the bad thing about this. Right, you are, I can do this and like farming and blah, blah, blah. And then you hit like a ginormous brick wall in your normal flow. It's not even like, you're trying something difficult. No. It's just like in the normal flow of the thing that you were doing daily all this time, and you were kind of not super successful at it, but you can do it. It just hits you as a ton of bricks, so it just loses momentum on the new player. And that's bad because you lose players right there, just stopping them in their tracks. Jumping that wall is not easy. And you don't want that. If you already have a player that spent like 3 months going through all the new player stuff, the goal is to keep that player.
Correct.
Right? To keep that player going, because that player could spend in the future, because that player could see something that he likes. And yeah, I think the solution, funnily enough, the solution to this is the removing of the stamina system.
Yeah,
that's one part. Especially, I think that's
one part of it, and especially like new players would invest more time playing the game.
Yeah,
is that just how it
happens? Yes. You get a new toy, you want to play it all the time. That's in nature. Yes. Right? And I feel like the removal, and I say this by thinking in my own progression, and I was super strict with what I was doing in the game. I'm still super strict with what I'm doing in the game, and I still don't, even like that, I still don't feel in a good position in the point that I'm in as a new player, right?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of a meh place. Like,
yeah,
it's not bad, it's not really good. It's kind of 40% of the way to a good position.
Yeah, correct. So if I didn't have the stamina system, I could have like farm a lot more different things and like kind of progress more.
Invest more time that could feel like it's progressing more things a little bit.
Yeah.
Even if the overall progression end up in kind of in the same place, if you're able to get more things going on,
yeah,
it will still feel better.
Yeah, and that will help absolutely 100% to get to this point. If I had no stamina system, my point is, if I had no stamina system, by this point I probably have at least one team complete, and I'll be starting to work in the other one. And by this point, probably, that will not stop me from doing other things.
Yes.
Right? As I am now, just like doing the minimum and trying to finish what I was doing to try to get to that point when I'm again in the momentum of the game.
Just that the stamina system plus some of the problems in the game force you to kind of hold. Like there are no incentives to do more than the bare minimum.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. So, yeah, no bueno, no good. So yeah, that will help. The other thing that I was thinking was giving players full level up Valkyries. Some full level up Valkyries. What do you think about that? It's like
that could work for the base.
Yeah, because right now there's still a lot of grind behind stigmata and weapons, right?
Yeah,
so I don't think you need that.
Maybe a full level like White Comet Canna or
especially for those base ones.
Base May.
Yeah, I see no reason why not giving like have the SSS version and you're done. If you actually want to play with it, grind for the weapons, and that's the thing that you can do.
I agree with that, especially because those 3 basic Valkyries, they're not super strong in the meta, and they have never been. Like their place is not to be like a strong meta Valkyries.
Yes.
But having them SSS from the start would help you feel better.
Yeah. And it will help you like
I would agree with that.
Yeah, and then you thinking changes like, I can just outfit these 3 Valkyries and build around them, or like they will help me to get to X place, or they will help me to be more efficient into the game. And then you will have kind of by the end, because as we discussed in the other episode, by the end that you stop being a new player, you need more than one team functioning into the game, right? And that will give you more than halfway there. You will technically have a functioning. If you were a little bit smart and grind the equipment for those 3 Valkyries that they already give you full level up, you will get at least a decent team to have variety.
I can see a benefit of that.
Right? So, and of course, having both things will be fantastic. No removal stamina system and give you like the base Valkyries at SSS. There you go. And they can give you, and they can give it to you as rewards for the first leg of the story, which is the first leg when they are super relevant in their state, in their original state.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I will put them. It's just like, you just do the setup of the story, and then you get rewarded with these triple S versions of the Valkyries, and then you're in a good position to keep going into the new player speeds. What do you think? Right? That works.
No. That's fine, especially for the 3 basic Valkyries.
Yeah.
That have that could be that could be too much if they were strong in the meta, but they have never been. So yeah, that's fine for the basic ones. It wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, and the reason why they've never been strong in the meta is because they're basic in what they do. Basically,
they don't have as many abilities as Triple S and Double S. They have less abilities, so they are never gonna be as strong as any of the other full-fledged Valkyries, and that's fine.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's the point. That's fine. That's fine, because the idea is that you move away from that, but at least you have that base team working for it.
Yes. I agree with that.
You probably have to, but I don't know if that's necessary, but I don't think this point that you probably have to adjust a little bit of the difficulty on the story mode, but I don't think that's necessary at any point.
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, the first, the story mode was never meant to be challenging.
Correct. Yeah. You will probably have to adjust the challenges inside the story mode, because that's probably more relevant.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
beyond that,
yeah.
So yeah,
I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest.
Yeah. I feel the same, but I think that give our player in a good state. The other things, I think they work very well, like the new player exclusive store for what you want.
Those are very good and very nice things.
Yeah, the progression systems, the missions, the exclusive new player missions for rewards and drops, all that works. We'll just want to remove the stamina system and give you a base AAA Valkyries for you to go ahead and get into the hardest things. And not lose the momentum when you get there. Because I imagine that with that adjusted, when you get to where we are, you will probably have 2 teams, 3 teams, which is the point of the game. You need a lot of teams differently to tackle the different problems in the game, especially with Arena and Abyss. The point of that activity is to have variety in the way that you construct your teams. And we'll give you more variety in the time that you construct your teams. Feeling fair. Feeling like an unsurmountable mountain when you get there without reason. Just because you make it to level 70 and then suddenly everything is insane. Right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, the next problem is show the hidden power grinds. Alright, what do you mean by this, Lucho? I didn't quite get it when I was seeing the script.
It's just that when you go through during the first couple of months of the grind, you're probably more worried about getting new Valkyries than gearing up properly gearing up the ones that you want. And a huge portion of the grind is more in grinding gear and weapons than actually grinding Valkyries on itself.
Yes.
and a huge a good portion of the power comes from the actual
gear. Stigmata, from the actual gear.
More than the Valkyrie itself.
Correct.
Like a lot of Valkyries are completely useless. Like they change from being just completely useless to actually very powerful just based on the gear. And a huge portion, like one of the things that we are gonna grind in for a while is actually gear more than Valkyries.
Yeah, stigmatas,
And the game doesn't do a good job at showing you the importance of that.
Yes. I absolutely agree.
It's very deceiving in that sense.
Yeah, and as a new player, I did fall in this trap. I didn't give that much for the stigmatas. I was more invested into the actual Valkyrie, but because that's what they're selling you.
Yeah, that's the selling point.
Yeah.
But at the time of when you start thinking, like, okay, I want to get a strong team.
Yeah.
Then that matters more.
All right. So how do we fix this? Well, first they modify the gearing building system recently.
Yeah, but that was more that was not to reduce the grind, but to make the system itself less obnoxious.
Yeah. Was that the problem, that the system was too, or is it a problem that the system is too obnoxious to grind for gear and weapons, or is that the game doesn't put an emphasis on it? What do you think the problem comes from?
The problem is that the game doesn't show you that is important.
So it's just does
like the game does never make any emphasis on the importance of proper gear and proper weapons. And
all right, so how do you fix this? Like, do you put more mentions on it, or do you force the player to engage on it in some way, shape, or form at some point?
Yeah.
Like, or do you make it relevant in the story that the stigmatas is what give them power, something like that? What do you think about it?
I mean, not in the story, because
yeah,
on story that's what they are. But no, it should be like a little bit more handheld, probably just showcasing the difference between different equipment and equipment sets and the effects that has on the power of the.
So what do you put it like? Force you to make an stigmata, and then what? Force you to kind of trigger the effects of the stigmata or something like that?
Yeah, like you can make it artificial. Like you fight an enemy and you cannot beat it up. It's like, okay, then we need to make your gear, and then you take the hand of the player. You okay, go craft this piece of gear.
Yeah.
Then you go again. Okay, that was not enough. Then you have now this new set bonus. That's still, you were close, but still not enough. Until you have the three things, you get. The game shows you how to trigger the sets, how to trigger.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember where is it is explained to you, and I think it's like, you have this.
It's mentioned.
It's something like, you have this Valkyrie, but it needs stigmatas. Go and put some. Alright, cool. You put some stigmatas. You can level them up, and they have this effect. Cool. That's it.
Exactly. That's my point.
And the same for the weapon. It's like, this Valkyrie has some weapon types, and some weapons have activated abilities. Equip one.
Exactly.
You can make, and then after all that, it's like, you can make the stigmatas and you can make weapons. Cool.
Exactly.
You're like,
but it's not
what?
like
Yeah.
Like the game doesn't show you that, but effectively speaking, that's one of the more important power progression systems in the game. Yes,
you realize
and
that
it fails at conveying that idea.
Absolutely agree. You see that after a while playing the game, you start to understand all the freaking multiplicators and stuff are in the stigmatas. Yeah, and then you realize that the actual ability of the Valkyrie is just quality of life.
Or either that, or just triggers, or just buffs. But But the big power spikes come from the gear, not the Valkyries themselves.
And the weapon multipliers too. Yeah, I agree with you. So just more handheld, more hand-holding.
Probably a better tutorial that is for that section of the.
For that systems, for both of those systems. Yeah, make it more like force you to make one, force you to see the multiplicators, because the game is not very good at informing, at showing you those multiplicators. if you're not aware of what you're doing, because if you notice, the only thing that shows you is like when they trigger, they show you the icon from the stigmata, and that's it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
So just show you very small on top of with all the visual noise that this game has. Show you very small of her, and then you see that, and it's like, oh, I wonder what is that. Yeah, I agree. So a better tutorial for the gear and stigmata system. All right. And then finally, the team building and theory crafting system are hidden from players. So, same problem. The game is not clear enough to.
It's not this. I mean, it is the same problem, but it's that it is. The game, it's not really like the information about how things work in game is not in game. Like if you only look at the text on the game, it's very hard to see how gear interacts with abilities, how QTs interact with one another, what status effects are, how they trigger, what things do you need to trigger.
You mean in descriptions?
Abilities.
Description of the game.
Yeah, you have descriptions, but that doesn't give you. That's like, can you go out, read all the descriptions, and make a competent team?
Probably not.
Okay, so it's not enough.
Yeah. Unless they're super clear, like, if you have this Valkyrie in this team.
Is it super clear?
Yeah, it's like, if you have this Valkyrie in this team, then you will get
I'm asking you, is it super clear?
No, it's not.
Okay,
it's
that's my point.
Yeah, it's super cryptic. Yeah, you have problems where, you have this Valkyrie, if you have this other type of Valkyrie inside your team, then it will benefit from more attack damage. But what you don't realize is all the Valkyries do attack damage in different types of damage, physical, elemental, blah, blah, and that buff doesn't work with elemental damages, but it's the same Valkyrie that the description is mentioning. So you are doing it wrong, basically, because the description is not clear enough, especially with some of the elemental damages. For some reason,
and even for some of the physical ones.
Yeah, for some reason
even for the physical ones, there are physical Valkyries that deal better damage to shields, others that do not.
Yeah, for some reason in the interface, it's like it shows you the Valkyrie, and then there is this strip with the icons of what the Valkyrie does. But you're like, is that ice? Is that physical? Is that some kind of elemental damage?
That's not that confusing.
Yeah. I mean, at first glance, it doesn't say like ice damage or something like that. It's not.
Yeah, at first glance, that's not that confusing because you can click on it and it will give you a description.
Yeah, it will give you a description, but you have to click on it. I don't want to.
Yes, because you can. Okay, you gotta put all that information up front.
Yeah, I want that information up front.
No, you cannot do it. You have limited space.
Damn it. At least the damage type. I would like that information up front.
The icons are good enough.
Yeah, fair
like it has lining. What type of damage is lining? It has a little ice thingy. What type of damage is? It's ice. It has a flame. What type of damage is it? It's fire. Come on, you're fishing. That's good enough.
I don't know. I don't like that from the interface, but maybe it's a personal problem.
It has an icon. What else do you want?
I don't know. I like letters. It says ice. Anyways,
it wouldn't work.
Yeah, but yes, the explanations of the triggers and all of that are kind of
all the interactions, not only the triggers, like all the damage and buffing and supporting interactions.
Yeah,
are not like they're not clearly explained in game.
So how do we fix this? Do we do better descriptions of abilities? Do we do more showcase of it? What do you think?
Sadly, I don't think there is a fix for this because it's It is something about how the game works that is just script, like from the ground up.
What? Okay.
Like knowing, for example, when you apply a status to enemy, that's not clear.
Yeah, you have the only visual thing is that you have the arrows down and you have the visual effects. When they're fired, they're kind of flames and they look blue and they're nice.
That's not. It's not like you have a nameplate for the enemy where you can see all the debuffs and buffs.
Yeah, it's purely visual. And again, in the game is too visually noisy, so you will miss that for sure.
Yeah, so it's I like for the way the game is constructed, I don't think you can fix that.
So you're gonna
you can try to add more text to it, but that wouldn't fix the problem.
All right,
wouldn't fix the problem that, for example, the game has never told you straight up, like up front, which Valkyries are supports and which Valkyries are DPSs.
Yeah,
that never does it. Like it's people, you just know.
Yeah,
but that you just know is not good enough. Like,
yeah, because for example, the Haxor Bunny, the Haxor Bunny Valkyrie was like, oh yeah, this looks super cool. And then they end up saying that it's support because of the QTE effect that it leaves, but the game never tells you that it's a support Valkyrie. It tells you like it's a normal like combat Valkyrie that does damage and stuff.
Yeah, so those things, like which Valkyries are support, why they are supports and not DPSs, which ones of them can serve like a hybrid role, because some of them can.
Yes.
Like all those things, like you have to fish for that information on the internet. That information is not available.
That is true.
Not clear.
Will you put nameplates on the enemies? Will that work? To have like a little bit more.
That would help with like at least making some of the things easier to read. Like okay, you go and read an ability. This triggers when you impale an enemy. Like then you go to play. Like what the. When is a fucking enemy impaled?
Impale, yeah. yeah. The same with the burning. It was like
with all triggers, the things.
Yeah,
I just pick one random name, but like all of them, when they're frozen, slow, on fire, whatever it is, like you need. Then you try to see when that happens in game. It's pretty much impossible to notice, and you kind of just pick a team and get used to interactions and kind of blindly hope the things are triggering in the right order. But it's
I think you will end up learning to read the trigger icons on the bottom, because when you trigger an ability when you trigger an ability that is related to a status, it will give you the icon of the trigger ability under the bar of the status. But how to know that is the thing that you trigger? There's no way. Yeah, there's no way of knowing that unless you play a lot with the Valkyrie and then you notice it. It's like, every time that I do this, I get this icon and I get that is my trigger for the thing. And most of all, that is important because you have two more Valkyrie that are doing things like that. What is the interaction? And there is a Valkyrie which is like, when you freeze enemies, then you get a buff to freeze damage of 100%.
There are many things.
And then if you change the Valkyrie, and that buff is still there for a time. So you can like multiply by triggering another buff with the next Valkyrie that you trigger, and then you have to change. And before those two buffs, then you do your ulti, and then it all stacks, right? But knowing that in terms of in-game play is too difficult in terms of readability of what you're doing inside the game, because again, it all depends of if you know how the icon for the trigger looks, and the game never tells you this. It was like, in any point, it's like pause the screen and tells you like this is the icon trigger for triggering stuff or triggering blah blah blah, and this is how it's gonna appear. And because we don't have nameplates, we never know when the triggers are. So nameplates will help, but you said that it's just like not fixable in the current state of the game.
I mean, nameplates would help with some of those problems, but the problem of if you wanted to theory craft on your own, the way that the game provides information, and that's probably like an effect of the game being like when you have restrictions for these type of games that they have to be friendly to
casual players,
touch screens, to mobile, to touch screens.
All right, yeah.
You cannot show like for example, if you wanted to make theory crafting in game, you will need a screen that shows you like all the Valkyries and like more information about all of them at once, so that you can keep in your mind, okay, these ones are the ones that interact between them, so these ones are the ones that I want to put together. That you could rearrange them, for example, in whatever way that you want, so that you can have them in a block and you can read all the abilities at once and think.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Like the way that the interface works, it's just cumbersome if you want to do theory crafting in game, for example.
And you think it's a nature of the mobile game?
It is a limitation of you have to be friendly to touchscreen. It's the same problem that Genshin has, for example. Even though it was not designed purely for that, the fact that it has to be friendly, it means that you cannot clutter the screen with all that information.
So it's a problem of screen real estate for showing that.
More than real estate is just, for example, you cannot have a bunch of text in the middle if you're gonna click something with your finger.
All right. Yeah.
Like the interaction zones have to be bigger.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the accuracy of
a keyboard, of keys or a controller or something like that.
Yeah.
So that interaction zones takes a lot of real estate.
It takes a lot of precision that you don't get when you have to take different input devices into consideration.
I see. But can we not implement like team building screen or something like that?
Maybe you could. I don't see how that would be friendly
for mobile.
Because that's not only mobile, but like we don't get that from any console games either.
Well, you have a point.
and it's a limitation of the input device. It's not. You just cannot make movements as precise as you can with a mouse with a controller.
I see, my friend. Okay.
Reasons why, for example, the Monster Hunter UI, like, it's very cumbersome. Like, it works.
Yeah.
But the whole decoration thing and all the sub menus that it has, it works, but it's very cumbersome.
But it's super it's not friendly at all. Not very well, not very nice to look at.
No. Yeah. But it's kind of the compromise that you have to make to display the information that you need. Yeah. Plus, it's something that needs to work with a controller, for example.
I see. Okay.
You cannot have all the things.
You cannot have.
Is this like, that's what I'm saying? Is this a criticism from my part? Yes, because I would like to be able to theory craft, but just by the way that it looks and the way that it works, I'm just not inclined to it.
Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, the game by nature is pretty obscure into showing all those interaction stuff that you can do. Read it. Like yeah. Is
it a criticism? Yes. Do I think can it be solved? No, because of the many other limitations that the game has to face that are probably more important than what I want.
Yeah, but that's what you want, Lucho.
and I'm being upfront. Like, can we solve it? I don't think so. But
does it need to be solved?
It's not because.
Does it need to be solved? Not necessarily.
Probably not.
Yeah. Of course, the game could be more clear and show you the interaction between the things, but
no, it's something that needs solution. This specific criticism, probably not.
Yeah. Man. All right. Any closing statements of all these problems for Honkai?
I think Honkai would just benefit from having a less aggressive monetization model.
I think that is the overall conclusion, because all these problems come from that.
I think that's the biggest thing that is holding it back.
Yeah, all these problems are made to be aggressive, to monetize aggressively your players. So it creates all these problems that can be fixed in better ways. But
some of them could.
Yeah, so that's our conclusion. It is still a very decent game.
Yeah, it's still a very enjoyable experience.
Yeah, still a very enjoyable experience, but yeah, the game, the problems are just coming from they wanted to aggressively monetize the player, and they're slowly realizing that not necessarily the way to do it. Again, the most egregious is the stamina system in our opinion, but gacha games are gonna gacha.
Gacha games are gonna gacha.
Yeah, gacha games are gonna gacha. So yeah, a final conclusion for Honkai Impact 3 is a great game. You want to check it out. They're gonna bring an official PC client. You want to check it on your PC. If not, you can go to your Google Store and look for it. Honkai Impact 3 and install it on your phone. Yeah, would you recommend this game, Lucho?
I would, but I mean, I wouldn't really. It's a gacha game. Monetization is very aggressive.
Correct.
So I don't know. I enjoy it for what it is, but with a big asterisk and grain of salt.
So you wouldn't recommend it? I wouldn't recommend it either. I just, in general, I will recommend it for people who wanted to check it out and like the aesthetic and know what gacha games are. I will probably tell them like, test this. It's kind of the same family of Genshin Impact. But beyond that, in general, I wouldn't recommend it, even if I've been enjoying the main story of the game and the pace that the story goes. But we have solutions for that. I imagine there is a YouTube channel when you can actually watch the story of the game, something like that.
Yes, and also you can watch in-game all the cutscenes.
All the cutscenes, yeah. But the context is important.
The context is important, but
yeah.
To be fair, most like you can watch all the cutscenes and they give you a fairly good context of what's going on.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so 3 out of 5 potatoes, because why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah, that sounds like a decent rating.
Fair enough.
All right, now we move to our audience questions and feedback. Remember that if you want to give us your burning questions, leave it down in the comments you're watching us on YouTube. Otherwise, send us any shape, way, or form that you can through any of our social media links that we mention here that are on our Facebook page and our contact page and everywhere. And yeah, they're everywhere. And say social media, and there's a list of things.
Yes,
yeah, so you can write this down there. You will check it out and answer your burning questions here. So first question of the week is, what will be the best gacha game you can imagine? Oof.
I mean, I have my personal favorite, but that doesn't mean that it's the best out there.
Yeah. What it would be, if Lucho, if you can dream anything is possible.
I don't know. That's a very broad question.
Yeah, it is. Try it. See, base it on your favorite game. Your favorite gacha game. Is that the perfect gacha game?
I mean, my favorite one is the perfect one now because I like it.
Is the what?
My favorite one is the perfect one for now because I like it.
Okay. Will you change something about it from? We were talking about Gears Frontline, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't change many things. I like it for what it is, to be fair.
He's a man that doesn't dream.
It's just a thing of it's a gacha game. Just sometimes you just take things for what they are.
It is what it is what he's saying.
Yes.
I will say, for me at least, I would probably take the story from Honkai Impact and the gameplay from Honkai Impact and put it into an open world like Genshin Impact and put a monetization like Girls Frontline. And I put a little bit more deepness in the in terms of gearing. Probably put 2 more slots of gearing and something like that. I'll give more interactions. And that will be it for me. What do you think? Frankenstein.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned a lot of things that you like, but it just that's not the place that a gacha game takes in my life. Like, a gacha game for me is something that I play very casually whenever I'm like waiting for something. So, for example, the whole open world thing, I don't care for that.
Yeah.
Like, I like the Girls Frontline because I can run a couple of missions. It's like 2 or 3 minutes each one.
Fair enough.
I can do it while I'm like heating up my lunch or something like that, or like when I'm watching YouTube video while I'm resting. So I don't require more than that. The RPG is deep enough to keep me engaged, but not that I have to go super out of my way to actually get invested into it. Yeah. I prefer Girls Frontline story. I think it's better. So yeah, it's just again, that's what I'm saying, that you have to take them for what they are, and it depends on the place that they're taking in your gaming life.
So there is not a best gacha game in general. There's a gacha game for you.
I mean, if it wants to, like, you'll want something. If you want to make a gacha game, like the main game that you play, you'll want something different from what I want.
Yeah,
because
all right, fair enough.
What they are for me is just like kind of feeling type.
Yes.
Or you want something that requires more time or less time, or is something that you want to play every night or just during your lunch break.
Yeah.
That's kind of my point. It's like Girls Frontline serves perfectly all the purposes that I need a gacha game to feel in my life right now.
There we go. So the best gacha game that we can imagine is the one that fills our hearts and our needs.
It just depends what you want from the game. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Like for example, would a gacha game will ever replace the place that WoW has?
No. Clearly not. Yeah.
But if that's what you want, you want a different gacha. Like for example, if you want the gacha game to feel that like social gathering space, you want something different.
Yeah, you're right. Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting question and an interesting answer.
Hopefully it was an interesting answer.
Yeah, there you go. All right, our next question of this week is, how do gacha games impact future games now that they're more mainstream?
I mean, they have been impacting them for a while. I think the craze that we saw on loot boxes, it was something that they stole from gacha games.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's
and like you will get many more influences in like monetization style of things. So
yeah. Even if the world is fighting against loot boxes, I think that's one of the. It's funny because the world fighting against loot boxes, but gacha games are like a safe place for it.
No, there's like, dude, if you don't like loot boxes, you won't like gacha game.
Correct.
Because a gacha game is a big game built around
loot boxes. Yeah, basically. So there is.
So if you have like if you morally disagree with loot boxes, you want to enjoy gacha games.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can accept that, loot boxes are gonna exist, and you just decide that you're not gonna spend money, for example.
Yeah.
Again, you can take them for what they are. Also because these are free to play games. Like, is like you can also accept loot boxes in different places. Like on a $60 game, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
On a free to play game on your cell phone, yeah. It depends. For each person will draw a line on a different place. There's not much that we can do about that.
Yeah, but they've been impacting games since
they will.
Before they became
because
mainstream.
gacha games are very successful at making money.
Yeah,
and game like companies and game developers will take note on that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, game development is a business.
It's a business. We're here to make money. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it makes money, they will try. They will take ideas and adapt them.
And gacha games have been making money for a long time now. Yeah. So. they just came into the West because there's another market, and it feels like they stay in the East for a time till the Western market got softer to aggressive monetization, and then they're coming in and the terrain is ready for picking.
It feels that way very much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the impact that gacha game has been having for a long time into the gaming industry. All right, my friend, that's it for this week's.
That's all for this week's episode. Once again, thanks for tuning in into The Sweaty, the Farmer, and the Game Design. My name is Lucho, and you can find me on Twitter @LuisGPolanco.
And I'm the Lone Name Gamer. You can find me on Twitter @TheLoneNameGamer and on Twitch on twitch.tv/LoneNameGamer, where I will stream. Yes, I will. I'm planning something. I'll probably get my schedule online and do the things and come back to streaming. I have to be more focused about what I'm gonna do on stream, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I'm figuring it out. So if you want to know what that's happening, just follow me on my social media to know when I'm going live. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, do everything social. Share this content everywhere that you can share it with all your friends if you find it cool and interesting. And if you like us, just share it with everybody. Look, I have these two friends who do the podcast. They're cool. Just put it there.
We appreciate it.
We deeply appreciate it, and that's the only thing that we ask from you, that I enjoy this content, just to share it with everybody. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing more. Thanks for coming to The Sweaty, the Farmer, and the Game Design. See you next time. Bye. And did you know it was found in mummies, the basil, in Egypt, because the ancient Egyptians used this herb for embalming. Basil also has a strong history in ancient traditional medicines, like, I don't know how to pronounce that. Like Ayurveda. Something. The traditional medicine system of ancient India. In addition to other medicine health traditions. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
I have no idea either.
It's a type of medicine in India. That's what you need to know.
That's what you need to know. Sweet basil is also called Genoese basil. It has a sweet aroma with a warm flavor with notes of clove and anise.
Ooh.
It is best for pestos and salad. Combines great with tomatoes, garlic, cheese, lemon, olives, pasta, and peaches.
I didn't know that we had different type of basil.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But we do.
Things that you find out when you check for herbs.
Near, but here we are.
Here we are. So I have basil in like spice form, right?
Yeah.
Just to put into things, and they look like it's very, very small, like dry crushed leaves. But apparently,
That's probably what that is.
But apparently, you can have it in like the actual leaf and put it into salads and eat it. And then you have this sweet Genosa basil, which have a different flavor to the normal basil that you can use for the spices into things. So apparently, it's a very flexible